Hello everyone, CPAT here with a little bit of a doubleheader. We've fixed the stream title as well. This is going to be yet another Just Grasp 1 match. We're going to be streaming basic exclusively these. Once again, we have Leo on the line. Say hello, Leo.
Hello again.
Okay, I was a little delayed, so I got worried.
Sorry about that.
I was like, oh no, it's already begun. But again, this is a draft format, so players get to choose their characters, and we are here for that. What do you know about either of these players? I've seen Vigma play before. I don't know about Rai Haha, aka MC Download.
Uh, I know very little about both these players. I've seen Vigma play once, and I have never played against them. And I've heard McDownload come in from the Asian server by Feathers. Feathers
Okay.
brought him over here, and then I have not seen him play. But
Okay.
I did get some insight into what they're picking, so that much I might know.
Okay. Well, I know Vigma plays Bang. I don't know what else they. I don't remember what else they play. I do not know. Doesn't McDownload play like Hakumen?
McDownload I heard was picking Chip, Bison,
Oh,
and
Chip
then
Bison. Oh
yeah,
wow.
I don't remember what the third one was, but I remember it was something else.
Oh wow. Okay.
I had some insider information about what their three picks were going to be from
Did you?
before him. Uh-huh.
I
And
see.
it's pretty much matching up to that same insider information. We'll see with the last pick.
Oh. Vigma is keeping their pick secret. Looks like it's a third season 7 characters
Yep.
Axel.
Yep, it's all on point.
So three very strong characters in my opinion on McDownload's side.
Oh yeah.
Like
In the
Chip
Polar Knight,
is
May and Ken.
okay. So I think just very strong characters all around. Like I think Chip is probably one of the best characters in season 7, if not the best. Axel is probably one of the most degenerate zoners I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
And Bison, I think, is like really I feel like he's underrated by some. Like people think this character's average, and I just think don't. I just think this character is better than that.
I think Bison is pretty crazy in
I
the
think
right
Bison
hands.
is
I think
pretty.
I'm on. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm on your side.
like I think Bison is way better than just an average character. As far as Vigma is concerned, I think Cat is one of the best characters in the game. Polar Knight, I think, is like a very like solid, but not like top tier, like an above average character.
Well,
Um,
speaking of Polar Knight, we're getting Polar Knight versus Chip
yeah,
for
which
our
I'm very
next
excited
matchup.
about because we love season 4 in this house.
Yeah, we're about to see whether Chip dies in 2 seconds, just like in the video game, or not.
Well, so this matchup is gonna be a little bit tricky for Polar Knight.
I agree.
So Polar, of course, is a character that places garbage down the board, leading these ice spikes. And when Chip is hit, or when Polar's opponent is hit on an ice spike, that ice spike can be removed for +2 or +3 power, depending on whether Polar succeeded or not. This is kind of a lot. This is kind of like where a huge amount of Polar's like power budget is. Like his cards are fine, but like he really wants to lock you down with these ice spikes, get +2 power. Unfortunately, he's up against one of the most evasive characters in the game, if not the most evasive character that is currently in rotation in Chip. So definitely like characters that I think are most difficult for Polar to fight would be these hypermobile type characters. So I mean, good luck against Chip, right?
Yeah, no kidding. Polar is definitely going to have an uphill battle here, but of course, it being Polar, when he does get a hit, he does hit like a freight train on
It's true.
something.
It's true. Uh,
So if Polar can actually manage to land a hit here, we could see this go very explosive. Otherwise, we could just see Chip run over Polar and just keep out of range the entire game.
yeah, I mean it's gonna be either a really boring match or like a really explosive one. I guess is kind of the two extremes that we're working with. Although like Polar does have ways to place ice spikes down outside of combat, namely with Shattering Stomp, I believe it's called, and also the Exceed side. It's pretty difficult to foresee. Like it's like extremely skill testing to like place ice spikes in the correct locations against these hypermobile characters.
Yeah, it's going to be the hardest part is trying to get the big damage off on Polar because Polar needs the ice spikes in order to get his damage off through that +2 power on the front side. I believe it's what +3 power on the back side.
Yep. And Chip just
And
has after move one on everything.
yeah, and he has after move one on everything, making life really rough for placing down those ice spikes.
Yeah. Well, and at least Polar does one card I will say that Polar probably really appreciates is his 1 to 7 sweep. Kind of the
So,
chip, the bane of Chip's existence. In season 7, in the last tournament that I found, a really good chip counter was actually Rem Lethal, because Rem Lethal has a bunch of 1 to 4 sweeps. These kind of like wide sweeps actually are like the best kind of card, because obviously Chip just can't dodge them, right? A lot of his game plan is dodging to like range 4 and then avoiding your like 1 to 3 move. So Polar does have one card like that. He's got Polar Plow, which is a 1 to 7 sweep. So maybe that can do something. But outside of that, I mean, he's just got standard brawler shapes, right? He's got a DP. He's got an assault like Shovel Slam hits 1 to 3. It's a really powerful move, but again, it's speed 4. It's kind of slow. Chip can ideally just dodge this by going back to range 4. Although, yeah, it is a hit effect to push or pull 1. So yeah, Chip can dodge that. Chip can probably dodge Shovel Drop as well. Shovel Drop is like a 2 to 4 type card, so it can dodge by moving to range 1. Although maybe if corners get involved, then maybe Shovel Drop is more difficult to dodge. And then like Icicle Drop, I just expect this card to never hit. And Snow Slash is probably going to be the ultra of choice for this matchup for Polar.
yeah, I'm almost expecting Polar's whole game plan to be to corner Chip and try and keep him there the best he can with his super sweeps that he has. I mean, obviously, as we were mentioning earlier, Polar Plow is going to probably be the pivotal card in this matchup. Holy smokes!
Yeah, it's like ideal Polar Knight placement is obviously your opponent's in the corner. Polar Knight's maybe like range 2 to range 3, and then you have the carpet of ice spikes behind and in front as well, right? Just so like if they like cross or if they run, excuse me, um, they're still caught in the ice spikes, right? And then you can ideally like grasp them back, or I mean, Polar has a ton of push or pull effects, so
This is true. Also, I do want to give a shout out to Download because this is Download's first tournament.
oh, that's fun.
This is
Yeah,
pretty
that's
exciting.
fun. Yeah. And like we said earlier, we've not seen download. I think I've casted a couple of Vigma games, but I've not obviously we've not casted download before. I've not even seen him before, so should be an interesting time. I mean, I will say his character pick's on point as far as the
Oh
tier
yeah.
list is concerned. As far as my tier list is concerned, I guess. Although I think a huge majority of players would agree that Chip, Bison, and Axe were all very strong characters.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you there. I think his character picks are on point, and I also haven't seen him, so I'm pretty excited to see him too. I've seen him in voice chats, but I haven't seen him play.
Yeah.
This will be fun.
This looks like it's
But
going to be turn 1 play the hero, draw 3, take another action. Just so, I don't know why he gets this boost, but fine, whatever.
what a
Needs it.
good boost. Yeah, he needs
Needs
it.
it. Needs it. Range 4 is kind of like a weird place to strike. I feel like if you're Chip, right? So he's like the 3 speed Gamma Blade, but then what? Outside of that, he has just a super fast dive that doesn't actually do any damage because he doesn't cross over the opponent. We should probably look at the character kits, huh? So Chip, let's start a look at the ultras here. Very fast, very cheap, excuse me, not fast. Very cheap ultra here in Bunking Misside, which is a dive like, with decent draw. I mean, it's actually pretty good. As we see, Sushi boosted, now retreat third 2 before if you're at the edge of the arena, advance 3. The counter to this would be what, like, just go back to range 8 and then yeah, work from there. Go back to
Yep.
range. You can even go back to range 7 and try to hit with a polar plow, right? Just kind of range 6 is a little bit suspect because you're gonna get spiked. But if you can move back to range 7, everything's a okay. You just hit with the polar plow. So this boost is not as potent as it would be on like every other character. Alternatively, yeah, polar does have like move up to 6. Interestingly, only moving to range 3 though, so like still can get like, I mean, Chip still has before advance 3 on all of his moves, which is pretty annoying. So this is actually an interesting way for a big man to deal with it. I thought he would just move back to range 7, but
Well, here's the thing,
opting
though.
into the blender, right?
Yeah, here's the thing, though, is that this alleviates the problem of spike,
Yeah,
right?
no spike.
So we're not worried about spike, and we can play sweeps pretty safely here, except for the
Sweep.
dive. Dive is the scary part.
I mean, if you're Chip, you're probably just playing cross here, though, right? Uh,
Oh yeah, you're right.
advance
You're right.
3, and then take the corner, and yeah, that's exactly where it is. Coaxes out a sweep as well,
Hey,
and I
we
don't.
we 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 both guessed right, and you won the draw.
Yeah, and I just don't like spending the sweep there, just because these season 7 characters, um, maybe Chip is excluded from that somewhat, but you really, I feel like non-season 7 characters into season 7 characters really need to get, especially season 3 and season 5, need to get really high value out of their sweeps. Whether that be through light, which I think is kind of the preferred way, especially if you have like multiple sweep likes like Polar does, just because like light into spike, like that
I
is
think
like guaranteed damage, right? That you can get on a lot of season 7 characters. And just like light by itself is just like a really really good boost into season 7 because they can't really fully contest it, right? Some of them can. Chip's one of the characters that can. Obviously, he has +2 speed. But like you're making him spend it, right? And if you make him spend it to go neutral on speed, I think it's probably better than nothing.
yeah, I think I would have liked to see the polar plow more here than the sweep itself.
Well,
Put
Polar
down
Plow
there.
just wins all the time, right?
Yeah,
But I'm
yeah,
assuming he
put
didn't
it in
have Polar
range.
Plow, because otherwise he would have just gone back to range 7 and said, okay, strike into me.
Okay, straight. Yeah, but isn't he still? Let's see. He ends up here. Yeah, that's still out of range of the spike. So you are correct, completely
Yeah,
correct.
yeah, so you move back to range 7, so you avoid the spikes, and then you just move on. Anyway, it's going to be the hard carry boosted, +1 speed, now advance 2 and draw 1. Again, one cross down, but Chip has multiple speed 6 options, and yeah, draws the second card there. It's like a card like Alpha Blade crosses over now, does like 5 damage, and then moves you back to range 3 with one sweep down. That's looking pretty decent. The Shattering Stomp is going to place Ice Spikes down, but I have a feeling Chip is just going to avoid. Places 2 Ice Spikes down at range 1 and range 2, so one is underneath Chip, but I have a feeling Chip is just going to cross over and then back and then retreat into the corner. If I had to guess, what's with a card like Alpha Blade? In theory, Polar does have a Speed 7 move. Unfortunately, well, no, that Speed 7 move actually does damage here. It does 2 damage. Because there's an Ice Spike underneath Chip right now. Granted, Alpha Blade is also Speed 7, courtesy of the hard carry, so I don't know about spending the Shattering Stomp this early, unfortunately. I just feel like it's a little bit too early. He's just going to get a little bit of a waste just because Chip has advantage on this strike. Courtesy of the +1 speed and the fact that he's initiating as well, so I'm not a huge fan of that Shattering Stomp, but maybe it'll work out. We'll see. Maybe there's an EX Stomp there, although I don't think that will actually do very much. Surely Chip doesn't do something like a range 2 spike here. Surely not.
Now, I did get some other insider information that this player does like their spikes, so it is possible.
Oh yeah,
We'll
do
see.
they?
We
They go
got dive.
for die. Okay, so they go for a dive that misses. Right. The shovel drop will go second. Obviously, won't be able to hit because dive whiffs. Shovel, or excuse me, Polar advances to the corner. Now there's a whole carpet of ice spikes behind Chip. Shovel drop obviously misses, but dive, initiating with dive even, initiating with a speed 5 dive that misses. That is a play.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wasn't expecting the
I don't
dive
get
too
that
much.
one. No, I'll be honest, I don't get that one.
Yeah, but we're gonna see the raw polar strike here.
Yeah, fast little
Straight.
mix up, right? 5 power grasp. Oh, EX sweep.
Ooh.
Oh, that is going to be a stomp that deals what, 1 damage after armor. Will gain advantage, but that EX sweep will go ahead and hit back for 7. So
Holy.
push 2. Ice Spike adjacent can also be removed for advantage if Polar wants it. We'll remove the Ice Spike underneath them to deal 1 damage after armor. And yeah, this is a big boy sweep.
This is the chip damage play.
Yeah, and that's gonna be 7 and a card.
Oh yeah. This is putting Polar in a bad position. Chips up 2 cards now.
Yoinks the assault. Well, Polar's got advantage here at least,
Yeah,
but
Polar does get advantage.
but the carpet of ice spikes no longer really exists anymore either. Like I know it was that should be like you're getting one damage. Do you really want to remove that ice spike? I don't know. Ice spike does come down range 1 to 2, courtesy of Polar's after. It's actually mandatory on front side. It is optional on backside. Chip, of course, can move forward or back if he wants, or can just stay at range 3. We just saw Polar discard an Assault with only 2 cards in hand. The range 3 game. The range 3 mix-up's looking quite weak, but I think sticking at range 3 is perfectly acceptable here for your Chip. Polar does get advantage, though, courtesy of the Stomp.
I'm almost certain we just see Polar prep here or something at range 3.
Has
Oh,
to. Oh, maybe Chip wants to go back to range 4. Okay. Sure.
okay.
But yeah, Stomp gets advantage, and surely it's just a prepare action here.
Yeah, surely we don't see the strike here. Strike would be way too telegraphed, I think.
Maybe a rebuild even also works. Rebuild is so a lot of these 4 characters have these kind of yeah. There's the rebuild. They have boosts that allow them to kind of refill their hand. Polar is no exception to that. He has rebuild, draw 2 cards, and then can remove an ice spike to add the ultra to gauge, and then draw however many ice spikes he removed. So Vigma actually removes all the ice spikes behind Chip. So it removes 2 ice spikes from the board. So it draws 5 cards total, including the end of turn, and adds that icicle drop to gauge. I think like maybe 4 or 5 different of the knight characters have this. We see the Chip Exceed. I feel like you don't see this too often.
Yeah, this is what pretty much almost this or a similar thing to seeing Kai Exceed.
Kai Exceed, yeah. Except I feel like Kai Exceeds way more than Chip.
Yeah,
Chip really likes those cancels and doesn't really necessarily need to draw one.
Yep.
Whereas like if you're going for a more tempo based Kai gameplay, then he appreciates the draw one more. Although I mean players don't exceed with Kai. Some players don't exceed with Kai either. They prefer the ultras, but this is pretty shocking, I'll say. Polar Plow will trade with Focus. I mean every ranged option for Polar moves him in. And we saw one ignore armor option go down as well, so responding with Focus makes sense. Polar Plow will go first. We'll hit for 4. We'll hit for 2 after armor. And the Focus will go ahead and hit back for 4. Ice Spike can go basically anywhere except underneath Chip.
Yeah, this Polar Plow trading down against Focus. I'm not sure if that's exactly what they wanted here. I mean, it got them in.
It gets you in, right? That's important. You're down 16 HP, so you're down by 11 HP, which is kind of sad.
Yeah. I'm feeling a little bit desperate here.
It's gonna be a Shogun cancel, so Chip draws 1 off the cancel. Shogun at range 1 though, and into a strike. So I mean, this is telegraphing a card like Second Cross, I guess. Could also be the no, it's basically just Cross, isn't it?
Plus, we see the spiciest Gen Rozon.
Yeah, sure.
No,
it's just Cross. Big Boy plays Focus to mitigate some damage. Cross. Focus and over sweep means that Chip can stay at range 3 instead of range 4 and still dodge. Vigma takes 1, draws a card. Let's discard card random first before. Or actually, it's not a random. Okay. Discards the card and then we'll draw 1. Down to just 15 HP though.
The more I watch this match, the more it looks like the prediction at the beginning where Chip is just kind of run around. Polar Knight's starting to happen here.
Yeah.
I feel like even if we exceed his Polar Knight, we're still a little bit behind here.
Well, yeah. You do get what? I think you get 3 ice spikes when you exceed. So you can, in theory, make the carpet behind Chip. But Chip is just gonna cross over if you do, and if you don't make the carpet, then Chip's gonna stand the one spot where there is a hole.
Yeah, and the more ice spikes we place down, the worse Polar Plow becomes too for that carpet.
Yeah,
Copy of
but looks like Vigma is going for that exceed. No, takes it back. Drew a box over it, but then took it back. Does have the ice skill drop in there. Would have to spend the ultra.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you kind of want the exceed just to kind of bring the damage gap down, but at the same time, it's still burning all your gauge, and it's still
maybe. I mean, Polar does have other ways to spend gauge, right? Like Snow Slash is perfectly acceptable. Range 3 mix up. Chip does have an above curve option though in the what is it, the Alpha Blade?
Yep, Chip has an above curve option. That's the story of Chip.
Yep, Chip has an above curve option, so
We'll have to see what
you even just
what
play
game.
like Beta Blade or something, but no, it's the Alpha
Yep,
Blade,
it's the Alpha Blade.
and yeah,
End of the
dive's not going to
dive.
do it. So it's gonna be 4 damage incoming, and then Chip surely retreats to range 2. Chip
Almost
does
certainly
not
here,
retreat to
right?
range. Chip does not retreat to range 2. Chip forgets about the UA and 6 at range 1.
We were wrong here.
Yeah. It like probably doesn't matter, but I mean, you really should not be here.
Well,
There's no reason to be
on the
here.
on the bright side, Chip is down both crosses, so we have a little bit
Chip's on
some
both
warm
crosses. Still has an
here.
Alpha Blade left though.
This is true. If he really wants to get out of the situation, Alpha Blade does work.
I mean, Chip has moved. Chip has like Harakiri to advance him as well, right? And yeah, there's the Harakiri.
Oh,
Uh, cancels it, so we'll draw 1 as well. Uh, into strike maybe into the spike. Strike with
yeah,
spike.
I'm
Come on,
fully
Chip.
expecting we might see a super spike here that closes out the match here
Of
pretty
course,
soon.
boost Sucker Sage first was plus gives you +2 speed. Makes your spike 6 speed, which is pretty difficult to contest. I mean, Polar does have a DP. Has spent 1 of them. And then I feel like if you boost the Sucker Sage, then maybe the spike becomes more telegraphed. Oh, no, just opts for a prepare, so we'll have to discard down to. That's a curious option.
Yeah, I'm also pretty curious about this. I
Like,
mean, maybe,
sticks. Oh, it discards a grasp, too. Sticks on the ice spike. And then preps. Huh. I could have just spent 1 force to just, like, leave, right?
oh yeah.
Just don't have the ice spike on you. I mean, Polar, this gives Polar an opportunity. I don't think it's an opportunity that's game winning for Polar, but it's an opportunity.
Yeah, the Alpha Blade comes
Okay.
out.
It's a stomp. The stomp is gonna do. Well, stomp is gonna be 2 damage, stunning the thing because you can remove the ice spike first and then push. Okay, so I mean that's 2 damage on the board. That's second DP down for Polar. I don't think download took his 2 damage just yet. By the way, Rai ha 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 or Rai ha ha is McDonald. By the way, sorry, Rai ha ha. Did you take 2?
I think Big was trying to point it
Deadly.
out to download over there.
I ain't Polar, right? Some of these triggers are so confusing, but the hit effect of the ice spike went first because that's how like Vigma played it as well. You move the ice spike and then push 2. So it's gonna be 2 damage coming in Chip. Chip gets pushed back to range 4, which is like fine, whatever.
If I'm Chip here, I'm not really scared of a whole lot that Polar can do.
No,
Like,
to be scared, you really need to be caught in like a really bad position with a bunch of ice spikes in front of you, basically, and while you're in the corner.
yeah, we're 14 health up. There's a non-exceeded Polar Knight, and they opt to go for the
Reshuffle,
reshuffle.
sure. I mean, get a lot of evasive options were down right as you pointed out earlier. Get those back in the deck. Polar now
Makes
can
sense.
exceed.
Ooh.
Can place up to 3 ice spikes. Wonder if it's just going to be just those 3 spaces.
Almost certainly lays down the carpet, yeah. We got the carpet. Are we gonna No.
Okay, so this is fine, I guess. I mean, Chip's
Yeah.
range 5 options are Gamma Blade or Advance, right? Advance into the ice spikes, so maybe this is fine. Plus, Polar Plow technically puts an ice spike if your opponent's at the edge of the arena, right? So, and then you could have hit effects like Shovel Drop, for example. The hit effect is push or pull 1, so you can pull them onto an ice spike. So maybe this is fine. Anyway, when Polar exceeds, ice spikes can be removed for +3 power, and also the after ability becomes optional for some reason. Anyway, it's going to be the Sukiyaki boost. Attacks on range 1 do not hit you after add this to your gauge. Very, very good boost, but I'm not really sure what it's doing here. I mean, it's like preventing dive from existing, but
yeah.
Like, oh,
That's actually what I'm wondering is if we're going to be telegraphing dive here since the attacks at range 1 won't hit us.
well, no, because that's after at to gauge, so then you can just respond with like a
Ah,
sweep, right?
yeah, you're right, you're right. That has an after effect on it.
Yep.
That's not telegraphing much at all.
Actually, he did remove Ice Spike and then replaced it. So you remove the Ice Spike from
Yeah.
range 2 to deal 2 damage, and then courtesy of the after effect, put the Ice Spike in the same spot.
Wait, what are we doing here?
Let's look at move action. Just move to range 1. Spending 3 force to do so, but sure.
I saw a grasp get thrown in there, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's a grass chucked in there, but whatever. It's on the end of the world. We'll live. Did he draw for no turn? I don't know.
I didn't see.
Why don't you ask? Because I actually don't know if he did. Because it felt like he spent a whole bunch of force, but I don't know.
We'll find out. All we did was cancel, spend 3 force. No, we didn't.
Yeah, it's a cancel. Pretty shocking cancel. Whatever, fine. Anyway, back to Vigma here. Still down. I mean, Polar has big red numbers. Don't get me wrong. The life deficit's like 2 strikes, but good luck trying to catch
Life
Chip
deficit's
for
like
2
2
strikes. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. Well, it looks. I see a card that's sideways, so I wonder. Oh,
So
no longer.
Sukiyaki does like a really funny thing where at range 1, if you just dive, you just can never get hit.
You just
Right?
dive there.
Yeah, because you just dive.
Yeah, that is an option. Yeah,
You just
yeah.
never get hit. I mean, we saw the evasive dive earlier, so I might as well point it out because this player has proven that there's a non-zero chance they play evasive dive here. They're just playing sweep. Polar Plow will go second here. That's nice. Sweep will go first. We'll hit for 6.
Which will not break forward. Though.
Nope. Not break Polar Plow. Chip can, in
Right.
theory, like move back 1 to take 1 less damage.
Yeah, it gets. I think Big Mo's pointing out that it gets added to gauge, maybe.
Yeah, it does get added to gauge.
Let me see if they do it.
Okay, yeah, so Chip moves back 1. So the Polar Plow will now do 7 damage instead of 8. Yeah, looks like there's a hand motion to put into gauge.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, nice pantomiming there. And then the Polar Plow will go ahead, hit back for 7 if Figma chooses to remove the Ice Spike, which I don't see why he wouldn't.
Yeah, I also don't see why you wanted to this point.
Yep.
Get that nice little bit of what is this? You said 7 damage.
Yep, 7 damage. I mean, Figma down to 5 is the problem, but
Yeah.
does have 2 gauge now for the block for the Snow Slash. Excuse me. So your range 1. We'll have to make some good reads. Chip also notably not standing under an Ice Spike because it was just removed.
Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be a problem for Polar Knight because 5 life, they just die to the next sweep that comes out. Next sweep, next focus.
Yeah, but like in theory, you can pop those with like a well placed Shovel Slam, right? Shovel Slam will do 8 to pop both sweep and focus.
That is factual. We are hoping for them good reads today.
Yep. Just need to hopefully catch out an errant Chip slow. Unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna happen. It's gonna be a Harakiri. Harakiri cancel. Okay, yeah, because that boost has draw 2.
Oh.
Suck a Sage cancel, and then now Spike is just free.
Yep, that's the fastest spike in the West.
Wait, what?
Wait, what just happened?
You try to scramble, but you can't cancel it. So I think he thought he had one more gauge, so he tried to scramble cancel just to, like really guarantee it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is.
I'm almost certain this is spike every time though.
This has to be. It's +3 speed.
Yeah.
Polar is out. Does Polar have EX cross left?
Yeah, that's the only thing I can imagine is the X cross coming out here because everything else.
Polar might have EX. Polar actually might have EX cross left. This is not guaranteed. I feel like. both stomps are down, so we can. Oh, so replying with a single card's not going to do it.
Yep.
Yep, there's the spike. Yeah, it's a Hail Mary Snow Slash if it wasn't spike for some reason, but yeah, Chip with the evasive maneuvers. I mean, Polar got one big hit in, but by that it was way too late. Chip
Yep.
takes game one in pretty convincing fashion.
Now, what I'm curious to see is what we're going to see next, because that chip game was a nice run around, kind of showing off. Are we going to see the other season 7? Or are we going to see the Bison come out?
Bison
Vigma's
or
next two
Axel?
characters
Yeah.
are Vigma's next two characters are May and Ken.
Yeah, May and Ken. Yep. Ken, I think, is a very strong character. May, I think, is less of a strong character, but I don't know. We'll see. I've not seen Vigma play Ken before. I've not seen Vigma play May before. I know a monkey can play May. I'm not sure a monkey can quite play Ken. A monkey can like almost play Ken, but like not fully. I think it's close.
You see the
Ride pulls
Bison
out the
come out,
Bison immediately. The Bipson.
the Bipson.
I really want to see an Exceed Bison. I don't think we're gonna see it, but like I personally like to Exceed on Bison because I like to sit there and do nothing. So I like Exceed on Bison, but a lot of times your opponent will just punish you for doing it. And yeah, as Leo said in chats, Vigma can re-up with the Polar if he wants. Ah, really emphatic.
Yep, I just wanted to make sure. I just like to make
they
sure the
know the
players know that
rules. Yeah.
Conquest. They don't have to leave out the character if they don't want. They can if
Especially
they
because I
want.
think the last tournament was you're just on.
Yeah, last tournament was just one and done.
Yep.
It was just pre-set up. But we're gonna see the May come out versus the M Bison here. I'm actually I do not have the slightest how this matchup will go. So you
Well,
might be doing most of the talking here,
don't
CFET.
stand at range. Don't stand at range 3 if you're May. Like you can stand at range 4 and you can stand at range 1. I think it's very similar to a lot of other Bison matchups where it's just like, hey, you can't really stand at 3, and you can kind of stand at 2, but not really.
Well, season 3 is kind of where my expertise ends. I don't get to see as much season 3 as I'd like. My personal experience, so
Yeah, so Bison obviously is a range 3. He's just a range 3 menace, right? Head Stomp is your premier card. 2, 3, 6, 6 for critical effect. So you basically just can't stand range 3. You look at the ultras as well. I mean, Nightmare Booster is just also Head Stomp. Take a look at a card like Sliding Kick is also just Head Stomp, except a little bit slower.
we just have 5 copies of Head Stomp.
Yeah, and then Somersault Skull Diver actually hits like 1 to 3. It's also Ignore Armor, which is pretty like shocking, but like yeah, it's a thing. And then Bison, of course, builds Gauge naturally through his UA. As an action, you may add a card from your hand to your Gauge, and then really your Ultra's cost 4, because you really do want to be critting both of them. Psycho Punisher becomes like a 9 power Tatsu for 4 Gauge, and then Nightmare Booster, basically you can't get hit back, so your Delta's always going to be sick. Not your Delta, but you never get hit back, right? So basically have infinite armor for the strike. And on top of that, both Ultras, when you crit them, give you advantage as well. If you're a Spicy Bison, you play even if you're not Spicy Bison, you can also obviously just fake crits and play crit spike because you legitimately have you're one of the few characters where you have the economy to actually fake your crits and have it be worth it, which is really cool. So obviously May just can never stand at 3. May can kind of stand at 2. May really wants to be standing at 4 and then 1, and then try to brawl Bison out before Bison can build the Gauge to win, I think, is how this matchup should go. So should be seeing a lot of striking from the May here, and hopefully things work out, but who knows? It's Bison, man. Bison's really difficult to fight, in my opinion.
Yeah, because May's gonna be wanting to hit him hard or exceed fast, hit him hard, and pretty much end Bison before Bison sits there and gets all the Gauge in the world.
Exactly.
But
yeah.
Bison is also not lacking on any of this defensive power either.
Well, the defensive options are mostly just above curve range 3s, where a lot of the defensive options are for Bison. I mean, he has crit Somersault Skull Diver is a good defensive option with 6 guard 5 power ignore armor. Hits 1 to 3 is decent. But like look at the other cards, right? Like Head Stomp is basically like at 3, right? Heads-up says don't stand at 3 and end your turn. Sliding kick says something similar when it's EX, but I mean it's an assault-like, right? Devil's Reverse is like a Devil's Reverse, like you really don't see it played too often because you see it says Bison dollars, but like in and of itself really only hits 1 to 2, right? And then Tiger Crusher is just a dive like, so four and 1 is where you gotta be, and May does have an above card 4 option that's very famous, right? So 2 is also okay. As we see the blue water, blue sky boosted, +1 power, now move 2, moves up to range 2. Neither players reset their health total, by the way. It's 30-30. Bison, honestly, can probably just kind of... I wouldn't be surprised if Bison just builds Cage here. Just with the UA. Really want to have at least 1 gauge of threatened crits at all times. And yeah, pops the dive into gauge, and then we'll draw 2, 1 for end of turn, coming up to 7 as well. Back to May here. May with +1 power. Can go to +2 power, but really not going to go to +2 power. May, as far as options are concerned at range 2, doesn't have any on curves, right? Just has like under curves, like mid speeds.
Yeah, we're almost certainly not playing the on curve cross here. There's no way we're leaving Bison alone.
Probably not, yeah. Just be like an assault.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised if this is just, excuse me, Slash. This is season 7. Wouldn't be surprised if it's an undercurve Slash.
We're not getting a UA out of May, makes sense. We're just conserving the cards. Considering Bison's up quite a bit there.
In theory, you can cross here, and then because it's season 7, right, so you can like move forward, cancel, or just like there's so many movement boosts. In theory, you can. You can move to 4 on your next turn, and then you're still like okay-ish, but oh, that's an EX answer.
EX immediately.
Is it EX cross? It's EX. It's basically just it's basically EX cross.
Yeah,
it's basically EX cross. It's Devil's Reverse, which will go first, hit for 6.
That is the second feels bad sweep we've gotten.
Yeah, so most people don't actually play Devil Reverse as an attack, but it is a speed 5 scuffed cross, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, dodges the sweep.
Now we can just sit back as Bison, add another card to gauge.
Yep, exactly. You got 3 gauge already.
Yep. We can go onto that backside and have
that's exactly what happens. Assaults are just a card that's just super extraneous in your kit. So dives, you're not really attacking much, I feel like, in this matchup anyway. So toss a dive in there.
We already know the meme. You don't tech season 7.
You can just toss any normal. You can even toss like a Psycho Crusher as well. It's another expendable card you can toss in there. 3 gauge does technically mean a card like a Psycho Punisher is now up. Again, we really want to be waiting for gauge number 4 before we actually play Psycho Punisher. But that's the thing that you have to be worried about. It has 4 guards, so it trades well with Tatsugeki.
We're actually going to see a strike here. Range 4, does Bison have options?
Range 4 is Arsugawa or Tatsugeki, right? Are there any other range 4 options? Mr. Dolphin, I guess, which is the same thing. But no, it's just Tatsugeki.
About what Bison wants to play here. Probably just a defensive option, right?
Bison just blocks. That's totally fine. I mean, May does get advantage, which is annoying. Bison builds gauge number 4. In theory, you could just like cash out with the Psycho Punisher, but you're not getting advantage back, which kind of sucks. It's only 7 power instead of 9. Also like would get stunned out if your opponent just played dive, right? So really want to be like not playing that.
Spend the gauge to get the.
So the gauge, I don't quite like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
All right, we're range 1 in it.
Because like now, literally, build 4 gauge and Psycho Punisher is just free, right?
Yeah, I'm also very surprised that we did that because we could have just made a super free Psycho Punisher. That's crazy.
Yep.
But we chose to spend the gauge, so now we're sitting at 3 and we're range 1 strike.
Like the only thing that beats Psycho Punisher here at range 1 here is dive from May, and what May's gonna dive at range 1. It's a hard call out to Psycho Punisher because it only has 4 cards, right?
That is a very hard call out to Psycho Punishers. I doubt we'd see. Psycho Punisher's 4 speed as well. Yeah, that's a crazy card. Actually.
Yeah, that card is very, very good.
We're gonna see the EX sliding kick
and then crit. Yeah, I mean this just beats a lot of things except for cross. 6 guard means it pops the guard on the anchor swing because it's
Yeah,
7
that's
power.
7 power.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 1 to 3 7 6, right?
And I have to say, Download is making quite a showing here with these with these characters.
Yeah, yeah. Oh
Oh,
wow,
he's
May's down to half HP.
well,
I'm surprised to see Strike Count come out here. I feel like it's a little aggressive. You can just kind of prep, but that's fine.
it's also a critical strike if you noticed here. He's
Yeah, I
just
mean,
spent the
just threaten the head stomp. You can just play
yeah.
the head stomp here, and just all the time you just saw your opponent play anchor swing. Oh, they're just changing the crit.
Yeah, they're
Don't think
changing
they're.
it.
I don't think this game's gonna make reshuffle, but sure. It is
There's
real.
the head.
Head stomp will go first, hit for 4. Focus will hit back for 4. Made down just 13 HP. Bison just stands. Bison actually just performed the head stomp maneuver there. You saw that? Just overlaid his character card onto May before
Oh,
jumping back.
hey, my computer work saved. Hooray!
Are you crashing? You're not crashing. Everything's fine.
Yeah, no, I had a slight pause there for a second.
Oh, okay. Well, Bison takes the first damage of the game, but
The
okay.
grasp into the grass.
Yeah, grasping the grass, pushing Bison to range 3.
We're back.
It's not where we want to be. Rai surely either preps or drops that card to build 4 gauge, and then preps depending on how important that card is. Preps is totally fine. May has to prep as well. Now Bison probably builds gauge number 4.
Where's our Sea Viper backside when you need it?
Yeah. Well, in theory, well, no. Bison really needs to build gauge number 4. I think in theory,
Yep.
Bison could go for an early reshuffle, but there's still ample. I think maybe after you're forced to play a Nightmare Booster, then you can go for a reshuffle. Because you did spend your EX Sliding Kick, which is another one of your Speed 6 options, right? You're down an Assault. You're down 1 Head Stomp. Yeah, there's that. Surprised not to see you can also just boost Light, and that's totally fine. For the next strike
Yeah,
means you don't have to spend a crit for your next spike.
yeah, we're just chilling it
But
for gauge.
this also
May's
works. Yeah. May, of course, has a kicker of draw 2 and strike on her exceed, but can't really exceed here because you're just going to get hit by crit Nightmare Booster.
yeah, you're gonna get hit by a lot of things here at range 3, so exceeding and striking is pretty rough. So you got to
No.
be careful.
Unless you have
That's
Assault. That's the
that's
only
why I
way
was
you can strike. But
that's why I was pretty surprised to see the grasp send Bison to
yeah,
range
to
3.
range 3, yeah, that was definitely not the place you want to be. I think 1 and 4 are the best places, and then 2 is okay.
Yeah,
Depending
I'm
on
not exactly excited to see another head stomp come out.
yeah. Well, at this point, it's just gonna be Super Head Stomp, aka Nightmare Booster, right?
Yeah, that too. Super head stomp. Okay, well, May's looking to
Boosting.
oh, maybe.
Wonder what you can boost. You can boost like your Swift, I guess. Disaster of Passion +1/+1. Now draw 1. You can boost
I'd
that.
also try boosting Gatling just to get the draw 3.
True. Yeah, you need cards. Area shift. Okay, area shift to 1.
Cancel
No
question mark?
cancel. Okay,
No.
so we so
Okay.
we so we we pushed him out to 3, and then we area shifted back to 1. Okay. Colossal waste there, but fine,
Well,
whatever.
now we're scared of Psycho Punisher.
Yeah, that's the thing about Bison, right? Always threatening
Although
those.
it's not like May can't beat the guard on Psycho Punisher, but it's still, if you play the wrong card,
It's
you're pretty much
sad, right?
gone.
It's sad having to play like +1 power assault on defense to beat Psycho Punisher, right? That's sad.
Yeah, that is actually really
And it's
depressing.
just like, what
Anyway,
if it's just grasp or cross to get back to range 3?
and then our hand's gone.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
in a pretty abysmal situation here. So, what's Bison gonna do with this hand? He's looking to play a card. I saw a card get flipped face down.
Could just play like crit somersault as well. Performs pretty well. Crit somersault, also another card that just like puts Bison at 3 at the end of it for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, Bison has a lot of options here with
Yep.
crit.
So this is
Not
either
telegraphed at all.
crit psycho, crit somersaults. I don't really know what fake it would be. I don't really understand why you would fake here.
Yeah, I feel like if you guess wrong here, you're pretty much and you get blown up by Psycho Punisher. This game's even more open than it already was. So
Hmm.
So we're really hoping May gets a good read here so we can continue watching this game and we don't just see May explode.
Yeah, otherwise we are in for another short one.
Yeah, May's gonna end up looking like Remless's background art.
Oh wow, yeah, it's season 2 references. Fortunately, season 2 not allowed.
No.
Not allowed.
Much as I would have loved to see 50 ults, I did not want to see 50 ults in my
I know,
tournament.
right? Some of these new players are really we're picking their best characters.
Yeah, this is actually a lot more. First matchup was what? We didn't see that many
First matchup
crazy
had a
characters.
Ken. First matchup
Yeah,
also had who
saw
else?
Ken.
Can't even remember.
We
Well,
saw
we didn't see the Ken, but they picked Ken.
yeah, we didn't see the Ken, but it was like Lychee. Lychee
Lychee
was
is
the
a
other high.
Lychee. Yeah,
It was a Lychee.
I think both those are easily A+ characters. Okay,
And there's the
calls
Psycho
it correctly.
Punisher.
Calls it correctly with the block. Right, could have gotten blown up if it was a somersault. But this is a 9 power Psycho Crusher incoming. You have to spend. McDonald at some point will spend their gauge.
Yeah,
That's 6 total armor built for May.
6. Are we spending? We spent the other
Tosses
grasp.
EX Grasp. We'll probably just take the 1 here, maintain 3 gauge.
Yep.
Um,
Download will pay 3 gauge.
there it
Of course, so
is. Second Punisher, of course, gains advantage as well when crits.
all right. Well, we didn't get blown up by Psycho Punisher. First objective obtained.
Yep.
But now we're wild swinging.
Now we're on Wild Swings. Could be a problem.
Oh, we're just gonna
Bison
let
just
May
puts
have
Spike into gauge. Should draw 2, right? I think you only drew
I
1
think
there.
yeah. No, you already beat me to the
Did
punch. I
Biston
was just
Biston
about to
draw
ask.
for Biston draw?
Missed and draw. Yeah, I need to make sure Bison gets that draw in before the strike occurs because may cause something else to happen.
I'm pretty sure Bison did not. I cannot hear your voice. I didn't. What?
Oh, I can't hear Vigma probably.
Uh. I thought it was in response for me. I was like, "Good, you good that you can't hear my voice."
Yeah, it's quite good that you can't hear
That's
Cat.
by design. I think they're having some ping troubles. Rise was at 999 to me. Now he's down to his usual 400. 300. Bison still needs to draw for end of turn, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there it is.
There we
Okay.
go.
So
Oh,
May is
Bison
exceeded, so she draws 2 and strikes on exceeding. When she initiates... Oh, we just casted May. Whatever. I mean, just in case you missed the first game. When she initiates a strike, can spend 1 force for +2 power. It's going to be +2 wild swing? Surely not.
Yeah, there's no way we +2 wild swing here. I'm pretty sure
Plus
we
two,
have to
plus
play
two wild
something
swing just
legitimate.
gets super blown up. Although, you only have 1 head stomp left. You have crosses left. You're probably trading with somersaults. Well, no, somersault only is 6 guard, so somersault actually. Oh, it is just a wild swing, but it is no crit.
No +2. Yeah, no +2. Just straight up wild swing. Oh, we're critting here
Crit
when we
head
get the other
stomp
head
probably or crit somersaults.
somersault.
Yeah, somersault skull diver is just gonna be a sad thing for May here.
5.
May wild swings overhead kiss, which obviously will get stunned. And then, of course, Bison, on top of that, gets to go ahead and push May back to the good range.
Yeah, we're not feeling too confident here if we're playing May.
Was that crit somersault?
That was crit somersault.
Was May at 12 or 11 when the strike
May was at
started?
12.
Okay. Okay, sure.
All right.
Go.
Getting a hand.
Okay, there's a hand obtained. Hand obtained. Bad news, you're now striking into a range 3 Bison.
The other bad
That
news
has
is we
3
have like
gauge.
yeah, we have like a 16 health deficit as well, which is the more important bad news.
Yeah.
We're trying to close.
Strike with block here if you may.
Yeah,
Put spikes down. Maybe you bait out EX some EX Nightmare Booster.
we're
I don't
pretty
really see how May
squeaky.
wins this game. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't either. I feel like this is pretty over unless May just happens to get the most godly reads in the universe.
It's not even reads at this point. Like it's just like you can't stand here. Okay, so
Or
okay, it's gonna be a crit.
oh, spending 2 force.
Oh, spending 2 force. No +4 power here.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, just run away. Also
Yeah, makes sense.
works.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. I mean we're playing,
Also
but
works. Yeah.
we
If you
don't
don't
need
have
to.
it, then just run away.
Yeah, we just play the cross at range 3 and we leave.
You
We
are
don't need
range
to hit.
4 now, so range 4 is probably not the place you want to be yet.
Yeah, but I mean we have such a health lead. We don't care where we're at. Probably.
Yeah,
We'll
but you can
finish the
just
game at
spend a
our own
force to move
terms.
to 3. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, we can just end the game when we want though. We just need to build a hand. We're just building a hand, winning the
Yeah,
game
true.
eventually.
I mean, take a couple strikes, but build a hand.
Yeah. Yep,
Yeah,
there
that's
we are.
fine. Gauge number 4 means that Psycho Punisher still hits.
And we're going again.
Another go. Yeah.
All right.
Surely this is what, like +2 power dive or something.
Yeah, it's got to be +2 power dive or +2 power Tatsugeki if they have Tatsugeki still.
Drops the sweep.
All right.
Okay, so as Bison, the one thing you can't do is play Psycho Punisher here because that would throw the game.
Yep. We cannot play Psycho.
You're actually out of crosses. This is kind of awkward.
Or F for UA.
This is kind of
Yep.
awkward. This only hits 7 power, right? Oh, that's block. This
Missed her.
is 6 power. Yeah, there you go.
I
And,
guess they didn't have Tatsugeki or something.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Bison at range
Bison.
2 can still. Oh, this is so greedy. Oh, that's so greedy. That's so greedy. I mean, fine. Maybe he's just an elaborate change cards. I'm assuming. I'm assuming he's going to take all these 3 cards and put them into his gauge because they all suck.
Yeah. Sleep, grass. What else do we got? We're just not a fan of boosting light, it seems. We don't believe in light. That's okay.
Lights for losers.
Light's for losers.
Yeah. See, nah, it's acceptable. And then you should draw one for end of turn as well.
Yeah.
Now you can just really sell on your opponent by building a billion gauge.
Disaster of Passion.
Hey,
Unfortunately,
plus one
Disaster.
speed. I mean, he doesn't really
Yeah.
contest the EX Nightmare booster, but sure.
Yeah. I mean, I guess EX Cross now contest, or Cross
No,
now
cross
contests
is
head
down
stomp.
because there was that weird.
Oh, yeah, that's
Remember,
true.
there's that weird area shift from 3 to 1.
Yeah, that area shift was pretty unfortunate.
May does not have any other speed 6 options, surely. Yeah, she doesn't.
No. We're kind of living life here.
Yeah, I mean, Bison's just waiting to draw his EX Psycho Crusher.
Yeah,
He's not
almost
finding
certainly.
it.
I'll
Or
just
his
wait
EX
for
Nightmare
EX.
Booster, excuse me. He's not finding it, clearly. Just drop 3 more in the gauge, man.
Drop 3 more. Look for Crusher. Or, oh, yep, here we are.
This is impatient.
Oh, we're just reading.
This is
What?
impatient. I don't like this. This is
Why are we
impatient.
reading? Yeah, we're reading for
But
some
no
reason.
crits? This cross is pretty free. Oh, no grasp? May discard EX grasp, so.
Yeah,
This guy is up by so much HP he doesn't even care to check the discard. Anyway, cross is free here for May. Assault's probably also free in a lot of cases, but.
yeah, May almost crosses out of here regardless. There's no
Well,
reason not to.
you might have to take the risk and play Slash, right?
Yeah, actually that is true because otherwise
Because
you just
you don't want to be back at range 5. That's no good.
no. I mean,
You
none of this is really
might
good,
just
but
you might have to take the risk and play slash here. Okay, he goes for the safe cross.
no, we got the Supercross. This is
Oh,
+3 power
yeah.
cross.
Well, yeah, May can only use her UA. Oh, okay. What's focus? Okay, so interesting. Not going for the reading into the reading there.
All right.
And yeah, May, of course, can only use her UA on offense. Can you imagine if May could use her UA on defense? That'd be crazy.
Yeah, that would be.
Anyway, we would have lost the game. Or I would have lost the game playing slash there. That's okay. I guess it's really difficult to tell what your opponent's playing when they just read an option you just never have.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if they were just. I wonder if that was a mistake or if they were just looking for hand to see hand.
Hand info.
Although,
Well, if you're
yeah,
looking for hand
although
info, then why not keep the other focus?
I don't know. We're CCing all three. Forget the advanced three. We want 4 more cards.
I
All right, here we are.
mean, yeah, slash as a boost is good here, but slash as a combat option is always poor.
Yep. We go for the reshuffle. Reshuffle?
Yeah, reshuffle.
All right.
I'm assuming he has like at least one nightmare booster in hand, if not 2. Looks like you just drew an EX. You saw the way you put that card. You shifted that card to the left.
Yeah.
Looks like you drew an EX of some sort.
But I
So,
feel like at this point we just want to go kind of get a hand and then go finish May off.
yeah, it depends. How many blocks does May have left?
That is a good question.
Because you don't want to accidentally like have 2 attacks blocked. Because some of Bison's attacks do actually move into range 1 without giving him advantage, like hit stomp for example, and then that would actually be somewhat problem. That could be problem. That would be the way May gets back into the game, right?
Yeah. You are correct. You are correct. I don't know. I feel like I'll just kind of go 8 mode here and then just try and finish the game. This kind of life lead. It's kind of position. 4 gauge, 21-7.
Wait. Everyone can wait 10 minutes.
Everyone can wait 10 minutes.
Everyone can wait 10 minutes. Yeah. Just build a force leads that way. You can just you just force range 3, and then once you're in the corner, just Bison teleport out.
It says Bison teleport out.
Yeah, go to the other side of range 3.
Well, we're boosting something as May.
Surely we walk in, right? Technically, Bison does have an option that hits at range 5, right? Second Punisher is a second Crusher is a 1-2 dive, so it hits at range 5.
Yeah.
If you crit it, it also gives you dodging abilities as well, which is actually quite nice. So you dodge and
he's not short any.
Oh, what's? Yep, that's the. Just drop the normals in there. Dive and assault. Don't even tech the +1/+1. Don't care.
Don't care. We're sitting at range 5. Who cares? We're chilling.
I mean, surely May walks in, cancels something. The only problem is if you cancel an area shift, you're at range 3. If you cancel a dash, you're at range 2. Does May have a close 1?
Does May actually have a move left? Because they're only down to 5 cards.
I think there's an anchor swing left.
6 cards?
Maybe? Or there's a slash
there's
left.
A slash. Works. We're going to cancel it.
Okay.
What do we got?
Into scramble. Okay,
right.
so we are really putting a lot of our eggs into this basket here. This is going to be like an 8 damage move tops.
Will Bison crit the random scramble? Yep.
Why not, right?
We crit the sweep.
Okay. And it's a Tatsugeki, which
7 damage,
which pops the sweep. Okay.
Yep. And gives advantage.
Unfortunately, May spent 2 gauge and 4 cards from hand for that, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That was kind of the one big one.
Yep. You put Bison in the corner.
May should advance.
Yeah, May needs to advance one more. Yep. There we go.
Yeah,
Correct positioning.
Should be R2.
Yep. That's correct positioning, R2. We're fine.
Yep. And
Hey, lights out.
then
Oh,
boost.
Gatling?
Gatling.
Gatling. Alright, last
Okay,
card
we
is
have a
dive.
dive. Not the best card.
Not the best card, especially
If there's a reading involved, yeah, we just need to keep that. We just need. I feel like we just really need to keep that focus. That's like focus around. Reading's a reading, still good. Especially when Bison can literally get advantage. Just however, oh yeah.
Oh, no!
No. Oh,
Oh,
it was a good
no!
run. It was a good run.
It was a good
It was a good
run.
run. Well, here's that crit nightmare booster.
Almost certainly. There's no way this isn't crit nightmare booster.
Yeah.
Alright. May, do you have a block? Do you have the block to live? Even a focus would technically live, but
Yeah, but focus
wanna...
doesn't get you advantage. Okay.
Oh, we don't have the block.
No,
Oh,
and
there
that's
it
it.
is.
That's it.
Well, it was a good run.
It was a good run. May got her one hit in. It spent all of her resources to do so. And then Bison just able to finish things. Bison even showing the ignore armor move there too, which would have beat the block. Yeah, why is Bison getting ignore armor move? That's pretty unfair.
I have to say, Download for his first tournament did pretty dang well that match.
That was
not gonna...
pretty. I mean, the chip game was like 18-0. This one's 14-0.
Yeah. Yeah, the chip game was pretty commanding. This Bison game was pretty commanding. I mean, we didn't sit here and talk about how strong these characters are all day, but he actually played that pretty
You got
well.
pilot them, right? You got pilot them.
Exactly.
Anyway, it is late, so we are not going to do a little post-game chat. I am going to go to bed. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are on Twitch, leave a follow. If you're on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. More stuff coming your way. Again, check out Leo's channel tomorrow. He's going to be casting, what, 1 or 2 matches at least? I don't know what time. Actually, I can check what time. At 12 p.m. That's noontime Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Check out Leo's channel. That's going to be twitch.tv/OT. What is it? OT Leo? How do you pronounce it?
OT Leo.
OT Leo. For Adwins versus F9 SSS, or 2 names I don't recognize, but that's okay. And then he will be casting over the weekend as well. Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific will be Serp versus Hammy. Those are 2 names again I don't recognize. And then one of us will be casting on Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific, either my channel or Leo's channel, whoever wants. We'll be casting Feathers versus DT. We just saw DT win earlier. So a lot of interesting matches coming up, and those are just the matches that are scheduled, right? I think there's still like 5 other matches that are get to be scheduled. So exciting times ahead. If you guys are fans of Exceed, if you guys are fans of watching Exceed, at least. So hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we'll see you for the next one. Bye bye.